Imagine a world sculpted by ice, where the wind whispers ancient secrets across vast, frozen plains. This is the Pleistocene, an era of giants and survival, where every day is a battle against the elements. Our story isn't about grand hunts or epic migrations, but about the quiet, ingenious ways our ancestors endured. It's about a small family, a hidden shelter, and the knowledge passed down through generations that allowed them to survive a winter so fierce it could freeze the very air you breathe. Let's journey back 40,000 years. A lone hunter, let's call him Kale, moves through a landscape of stark white and deep green pines. His breath plumes in the frigid air. He isn't just looking for game. He's reading the land, searching for a place of refuge. The signs of a brutal winter are everywhere: the thickening coats of the animals, the way the sun hangs low and weak in the sky. He knows the shallow caves they used in milder seasons won't suffice. He needs something more, a fortress against the coming cold. After days of searching, he finds it, not a gaping cavern, but a subtle crack in a limestone cliff, almost completely hidden by a thicket of hardy, snow-dusted junipers. The entrance is narrow, forcing him to squeeze through sideways, but inside, it opens into a series of chambers, a natural labyrinth carved by ancient water. The air is still and noticeably warmer than outside. Most importantly, a faint, steamy vapor rises from a fissure deep within the rock. Kale has found a geothermal vent, a gift from the earth itself. This will be their sanctuary. Returning to his family, he leads them to the new home. His partner, Lyra, an expert in plants and preservation, immediately assesses the area. She finds stores of dried berries, left by bearers, and notes the thick mosses that can be harvested for insulation. Their children, young but already learning the ways of survival, help carry their few possessions: flint tools, animal hides, and the precious embers of their fire, carefully cradled in a stone pot lined with clay and dry fungus. The first task is making the shelter defensible against the cold. The narrow entrance is a natural advantage, but it's not enough. Kale and Lyra work together, weaving a thick door from willow branches and animal hides. They pack the gaps with moss and clay, creating an airtight seal. This simple door is a technological marvel. It has 2 layers of hide, trapping a pocket of air between them for insulation, a principle we still use today in double-pane windows. Inside, the shelter is a world of its own. The main chamber, warmed by the geothermal vent, becomes their living space. The floor is cold stone, so they cover it with layers of pine boughs, dried grasses, and finally, thick, soft furs from previous hunts. This multi-layered flooring isn't just for comfort. It insulates them from the frozen ground, preventing their body heat from being sapped away. The heart of their home is the fire. While the geothermal vent provides background warmth, a controlled fire is essential for cooking, light, and security. They build a fire pit in the center of the chamber, but not directly under the main ceiling. They choose a spot beneath a natural fissure in the rock, a chimney that draws the smoke up and out of the cave. This is crucial knowledge. Without proper ventilation, the smoke would quickly fill the cave, making it uninhabitable and deadly. As the first blizzard hits, the world outside disappears into a swirling vortex of white. The wind howls like a starving wolf, and temperatures plummet to 40 below. But inside the cave, a remarkable calm prevails. The thick stone walls muffle the storm's rage to a distant moan. The hide door holds firm. The family gathers around the crackling fire, its light dancing on the cave walls, painting them in hues of orange and red. Life slows to the rhythm of the fire and the storm. Days are spent maintaining their small world. Kale works on his tools, his hands skilled and patient as he chips away at a piece of flint, creating a new spearhead. Every flake of stone is saved. The smaller, sharper pieces will be used as cutting tools or arrowheads. Nothing is wasted. Lyra grinds dried roots and herbs with a stone mortar and pestle, preparing meals and remedies. She teaches the children how to mend tears in their fur clothing using bone needles and sinew thread. Food is their biggest challenge. They have stores of dried meat, nuts, and berries, but these won't last forever. The blizzard rages 4 weeks, making hunting impossible. This is where their ingenuity truly shines. Kale has set up a series of snares and traps near the cave entrance, sheltered from the worst of the wind. He baits them with scraps of fat. Every few days, when the wind lulls slightly, he ventures out, a lifeline of woven rope tied around his waist and secured inside the cave, to check tame. More often than not, he returns with a snowshoe hare or a ptarmigan, a small but vital addition to their larder. Inside the cave, Lyra has cultivated a small, strange garden. In a chamber closer to the geothermal vent, where the air is warm and moist, she grows fungi on rotting logs they brought inside before the snows. It's a slow, painstaking process, but it provides a source of nutrients they can't get anywhere else. This is a form of primitive agriculture, a testament to their deep understanding of the natural world. The water source is another stroke of genius. While the geothermal vent provides heat, it also creates condensation. Water vapor from the vent hits the colder rock of the ceiling and trickles down the walls. Kale and Lyra have carved small channels in the rock, directing this slow, steady drip of clean, fresh water into clay pots. They have a constant supply of water without ever needing to melt snow, a process that would consume precious fuel. The psychological toll of the long darkness is immense. To combat the monotony and fear, they tell stories. They paint on the cave walls, using charcoal from the fire and pigments made from ground minerals mixed with animal fat. They depict great hunts, the spirits of the animals they rely on, and maps of their territory. This isn't just art, it's a history book, a spiritual guide, and a way to keep their minds sharp and their hopes alive. They sing songs, their voices echoing in the chamber, a human warmth pushing back against the immense, cold silence of the Ice Age. One day, a new sound joins the howl of the wind, a deep, resonant scratching at their hide door. A cave bear, ancient and massive, has smelled the warmth and life within and is trying to break in. Panic flares, but Kale is prepared. He doesn't confront the beast directly. Instead, he grabs a burning log from the fire and shoves it through a small, purpose-built hole near the base of the door. The smell of burning fur and the enraged roar of the bear fills the air. He thrusts the torch out again and again. Fire is the one thing these great beasts truly fear. After a terrifying few minutes, the scratching stops, and the bear lumbers away, defeated. Weeks turn into months. The family survives, not just through strength, but through intelligence, observation, and a profound connection to their environment. They understand insulation, ventilation, thermodynamics, and psychology. Their shelter isn't just a hole in the rock. It's a living system, a machine for survival, powered by fire, stone, and human ingenuity. Finally, the change comes. It's subtle at first, a slight shift in the tone of the wind, a sliver of brighter light under the hide door. The blizzards become less frequent. The air loses its bone-deep bite. One morning, Kale pushes open the door to a world transformed. The snow is still deep, but the sun is bright, and its warmth can be felt on his skin. The long winter is breaking. The family emerges from their stone womb, blinking in the brilliant light. They are thinner, paler, but they are alive. They survived the worst the Ice Age could throw at them. Their shelter, a masterpiece of primitive engineering and environmental knowledge, held. As they take their first steps into the thawing world, they do so not just as survivors, but as inheritors of a wisdom that allowed humanity to endure and eventually to thrive. Their story is a quiet reminder that sometimes the greatest victories are not won in battle, but in the patient, intelligent art of staying warm. Thank you for watching.